Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your stock watch list, a little bit of market talk, and we're going to go through some news right now. This will be your watch list for the 22nd of May. So this news is coming to you from the tradeexchange.com, the news and service, audio news throughout the day. EKSO, we'll start it here. That one, public offering of common stock, so that stock trading down in the after hours. OBLN had news after the bell tonight. Expanded clinical data here on OBLN. So this stock was a 39-cent stock, currently trading up here in the after hours at 84 cents. You can pause and read the news right there for yourself. Let's see, we had Nordstrom come out with earnings after the bell tonight. JWN, another retailer, stock getting hit in the after hours, down about $3-4 from its closing price. Earnings per share and revenue miss there on Nordstrom, also lowering their 2019 guidance on Nordstrom. So a lot of box retailers taking a hit. Urban also came out with earnings after the bell tonight. URBN, that stock moving down. Earnings per share beat by 5 cents. Revenue beat for that one. PSTG, earnings per share miss, revenue miss. PSTG, that is Pure Storage, and that stock is getting hit in the after hours tonight. What other news did we have? We had this TNXP. Now, it was perking up going into the close, so somebody knew something here, right? It was ticking up, got up over that 165. Didn't trade this one because the volume was a little bit light, 650,000 shares, but it's up here in the after hours. We'll present results from one of their products here, a poster presentation at American Society of Clinical Psychopharmacology, I guess that is. So TNXP ticking up in the after hours tonight. We had a OOMA, earnings per share beat by 2 cents, revenue beat, OOMA. That stock kind of just hanging out here, not much movement either way. It looks like they sold it off at first. I don't know if that's a true tick or not, but right now it's trading around 14.75. Doesn't look like it gets a lot of volume throughout the day. CBS, some news here. Lionsgate wants to sell Stars to CBS, then might have to merge with MGM. So that news coming out there. What other? We got CDAY, public offering, 8 million shares. Goldman Sachs, the underwriter on that one. Toll Brothers, earnings per share beat. It's a home builder by 10 cents. Revenue beat, but then they came out on their conference call and they were a little bit negative on the conference call, so that Toll Brothers popped up, giving it back here. They closed at 38 and change, currently trading down about $1 on Toll Brothers, but it had popped up on the headline release there. We did get the API crude numbers that came out after the bell at 4:30, 4:35. It was a surprise build, bigger than expected. Let's check USO, the ETF for oil. Not much reaction into that API number coming out, kind of just right where it was at the close today. Let's see, PSTG following their miss, they are also showing weaker guidance. All right, so that also coming out on PSTG, that also helping the stock move down. So for the API, let's see if I have the numbers here. It was a build of 2.4 million barrels on that number. All right, gasoline was a build also. We had AVTR announces closing of initial public offering there on AVTR. SFIX, Form 13G, filed by Park West Asset Management. CVI they're evaluating strategic alternatives on CVI. That stock moving up in the after hours, up about a couple of dollars here on CVI in the after hours tonight. DRIO doing an offering, DRIO. So that stock, well, it's a under $1 name. Doesn't look like it gets much volume during the day. But anyway, they're doing an offering on that name. Let's see, what else do we have as far as news? I think Musk acquires another 175,000 shares of Tesla here. So Musk adding to his shares on Tesla. Tesla, a little bit of reaction here, was at 200, bounced up a couple of bucks on that news on Tesla. Some of your top insider purchases, courtesy of the trade exchange here. Cree direct purchased 2,000 shares at $60.07. TDW, a couple of director purchases there. You can pause the video right here so you can see those top insider purchases. And that's the news courtesy of the trade exchange. Once again, audio news throughout the day. A very good service, the trade exchange. So let's go ahead and look at the heat map courtesy of FinViz here. So a little bit different. Yesterday was a sea of red, and today we have a lot more green on our screen. Apple up almost 2% on the day. So for the day, the Dow was almost up 200 points. Stocks moved higher on U.S. easing Huawei restrictions. I believe they're giving them another 90 days for Huawei. So the Dow Jones up 197, NASDAQ up 83, S&P 500 up 24, and the Dow Jones transports were up 49 points for the day. So here's your heat map. You see some of the banks getting a little bit of buying. Wells Fargo up 2% on the day. Microsoft up 0.5%. Google bouncing back. Facebook bouncing back. Apple looks like it was the big winner in the tech space here that I'm seeing. And we had a little bit of selling in Procter & Gamble. Let's see how the utilities did. Yeah, the utilities were down. So a little bit of selling in the utilities as it was kind of a risk-on day. So a lot better looking than yesterday. ConocoPhillips up almost 2% on the day. EOG climbing up almost over 2% on the day for EOG. So let's go ahead and look at the SPY real fast. So yesterday we talked about that 283 area, and we got that double bottom yesterday. They pushed us up into the close, and today we got the continuation move. So here's our 50 SMA, and as you can see, I color coordinate my moving averages onto my intraday chart here. So the blue line, the solid blue line, is the 50 SMA. So on the daily chart, we closed right at the 50 SMA. 50 SMA is currently at 286.70. We closed at 286.51, so we're just underneath the 50 SMA, but we are back above the 10 SMA and the 5 EMA on our daily chart. So we'll see what tomorrow and the futures are going to bring. At any headline can move this market. As you can see, Monday we had the Huawei, the bad news, and then today we had the extension, and that moved the markets back up. So trade talk between the U.S. and China and this Huawei mess still continues for the markets, and any tweet or any headline can push us one way or the other. XBI did a little bit better today. The XBI bouncing, held this 80 spot for the last few days, trying to turn it up. I mean, a lot of work to do here yet on the XBI. The IBB also got a little bit of buying, finally got above the 10 SMA here, but as you can see, we're still below that 105 area, still below the 20 SMA for the IBB. The IWM was getting a little bit of purchasing today. Like we talked about yesterday, everybody watching this 100 SMA, this 150 area, the 150 SMA here, the orange dotted line you see on my daily chart. So right now we're holding above the white moving average, the 100 SMA, but we still cannot get above the 10 SMA, the light blue moving average here, and still below the dark moving average, the 50 SMA, and that 155 spot on the IWM. But We did a hold here. We are trying to move back up, but a lot of work to do yet on the IWM. I want to show you an article that came out today about Tesla. So here's the headline, right? Morgan Stanley slashes worst case price for Tesla to $10. Now, it was at 97 worst case scenario, but now they push it down to $10. Talk about headline clickbait, but they still have a price target on Tesla of I think it's $231. So Morgan Stanley playing a bit of a game here on the Tesla analyst coming out today or this morning, I should say, with that worst case scenario for Tesla at $10. Let's go ahead and take a look. We actually traded Tesla in the service. I will attach that video to the end of this video so you can see what we did with Tesla today. TSLA, and like I said, Elon Musk coming out with a purchase, a few shares there in the after hours. That news came out. So Tesla is ticking back up. So it got back down to about 198 today on Tesla, pushed all the way up to 207. We grabbed this at 201. Like I said, I'm going to attach the trade video on this to the end of this video, and it pushed up all the way up to 207 today on Tesla TSLA. Let's go ahead and look at some of the sectors. So the solar is very strong here, up 3% on the day. Nice rebound here in the China internet stocks. A lot of work to do though on that. TAN has been very strong. VSLR was very strong today. A big move up in VSLR today. So that is a part of the solar sector. We had also the steel sector getting some buying, 2% up on the steel sector. The IBB, like we said, was up today, almost up 2% on that. The marijuana ETF up almost 2% on the day. To your downside here, the VIX lost more steam, so more complacent in the markets now with a 14 handle on the VIX. We dropped 8% on the day on the VIX. Nat gas was down, gold was down, TLT was down, so the bond yields were up a little bit. Oil was down fractionally for the day on oil. If we go ahead and look at our sector performance, the XBI showed you that chart. We were up 3% on the day. The XOP, the exploration and production, we were up 2% on the day, but not a big move here. Still below a lot of the moving averages on that. To the downside, the XLP was down fractionally, but the utilities were still up fractionally for the day on the utilities. I found this on TradingView. Top gainers for the day. TradingView.com has this top gainers for the day. So ARRY, ARRY was up 22%, 23% on the day. DMPI was up 22% on the day. DFFN up 19% on the day. That's actually one on our watch list tonight. KXIN was pushing up 16% on the day. QD up 15% on the day. USAT was up 14, 15%. JMIA, which we traded in the service today, this stock up 14%. That's also going to be attached, the trade that we did in JMIA at the end of this video. Overstock popping up today, up 13% on the day, and ARWR moving up almost 13%. The Brazil ETF here, this was up about 12.5% on the day. Some of your top losers for the day here. MNK got crushed, down 24% on the day. BCRX had sour news today, down 53% on the day. JFIN down 15%. MBOT down 15%. Hook getting hit for 13% on the day. ORN down 12.5%. Coles had earnings today. This stock was down 12% for the day. Beyond Meat, stock dropping 10% on the day for Beyond Meat. So that's some of your worst and best stocks for the day. And once again, this coming from TradingView.com. This is a nightly letter that the trade exchange sends out each night. So if you're a part of their service, you can get this letter that they send out. But some call activity that came out, unusual call activity, U.S. Steel, Silica, Triple R, DHI, all with unusual call activity. To the put side, Oracle, NEM, and KR Kroger's with unusual put activity, and that courtesy of the trade exchange. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the watch list for tomorrow. We'll start it out with AMD. Now, if things start to settle down or get better between the U.S. and China with the trade talks, I want to keep AMD on my watch. It's been holding this 26 area. It needs to get up over the 20 SMA here on my daily chart. So I'll have it on watch. Tried it today to trade it. Lost about a dime on the trade. Just wouldn't go today, but I'm going to keep it on watch. If we do get some push in the semis, maybe AMD wants to participate. It's actually holding up above the 50 SMA, so it might be one to watch for the next few days on that one. By the way, if this video is helping you out, down below in this video is the like button. Please hit that so YouTube knows that we're doing okay by you. And also, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and help this channel to grow. Next one up on our list, ARRY. Now, this had a big move, but I'll be watching it maybe for a reversal play, some kind of red to green if they pull it back a little bit. But if anything, I'll have it on watch for the next few days. A big, strong move. Held most of the gains here on this candle on ARRY. That'll be one that I watch. ARWR, a big move up here, up to about 22 and change. So we'll be watching this one. Maybe it pulls back, gives us a nice entry. 11 million shares came into ARWR today. AVP. Looks interesting also. Now, there's chatter around this one. It's been battling this 328, 330 area on AVP, Avon Products. So we'll see if this one wants to make a move. I'll keep it on watch. AVXL, a nice pop today. 700, over 700,000 shares traded. Now, it's been up here at $4 before and failed. So maybe tomorrow or the next few days, maybe it'll get through that $4 area. So I think it's one to keep on watch, or maybe we could get a pullback back to the 5 EMA, that 350 area for AVXL. CDLX, nice flag pattern here, pulling back to the 10 SMA. Then they popped it up, has this $22 number up ahead on CDLX. Volume, though, a little bit light on this name, 200,000 shares traded in that one. It looks like it on the intraday chart here, but maybe if it bursts through this 22 area, we could get some volume coming in. I think it's worth keeping on a chart. CGC, this one held that $43 area. They turned it back up. Still has work to do, but it's back over that $44 area. The 10 SMA on this name, 45.48. Closed at around $45 on CGC. It's moving up a little bit in the after hours, so we'll have it on watch, see if it sets up intraday. Cronus Group gave us a real nice trade today, over $15. $15.05 was our entry, so I'll be watching this one to see if it wants to make another move tomorrow on Cronus Group. DFFN. Moving up into the close, all right, nice move up into the close, hanging around this 540 area. Volume was 672,000 shares today, so we'll see if this wants to set up for tomorrow, maybe a little bit of a pullback. We got to make sure that this one holds above $5, though, on DFFN. EPZM, this one looks interesting in the biotech space, a nice strong candle today. Volume 700,000 shares. We have that 1250 area. It closed at 1258. We have a previous high back here of 1285. So maybe 1265 is enough to get EPZM going. Might be a possible swing trade in this name. Now remember, it's a biotech name, so right next to that put a skull and a crossbones, because anything can happen with a biotech. So small position size if you mess around with that one. Fate also looks good. Fate flagging here, also FATE, a biotech name. So this had a high today of right at the high. It closed at 1917. So maybe 1925 gets this one going. Once again, though, a little bit light on the volume here, 400,000 shares. But keep it on watch. Might want to make a move. Another name I'll be watching again. Now, we traded this one in the service today. Let's see if there's any more moves in JMIA for tomorrow. Looks like it's trying to bounce. Also, TIGR, we traded this in the service today. It got going a little bit, not as much as I thought it would. So I'll keep it on watch. Maybe it's trying to put in a bottom here on TIGR. There was a 13D filed on it last night. NBEV is looking better here. NBEV in the CBD space has that 550 area up ahead. Full disclosure, I do have a swing trade in the service going on in NBEV, so we are in it already. But now we're looking to see if we can get that continuation move for the swing trade. We'll see. JMU was popping up today. I think they bought something out. 9.2 million shares came into this name. Closed at 195. The high today was 216, so maybe over that 205 area for JMU. Keep it on watch. OLN. Steve Grasso on CNBC was being interviewed, and he mentioned this name. Also, there's been a lot of sweep activity in this OLN chemical name, so keep that one on watch. 3.9 million shares came into it. Some other chemical names were popping up also. CC was moving up off the lows here a little bit, 3.6 million shares, and HUN, HUN, was trying to turn the corner here a little bit on this name. 2.6 million shares came into HUN. So OLN, maybe one to keep on watch. OSTK, the CEO, I think, or there was some insider purchases done on this name. So 3.9 million shares popped this one up, OSTK. So we'll keep it on watch, see if there's any more movement in that name. PS over in the application software space looks interesting here. The high today on this name was 34.38. So we'll see if this thing can take 34 out. Maybe a possible swing trade in PS. All right, software application volume, a little under 900,000 shares for that name. Possible swing trade. Now on CNBC, Bob Pisani was talking about how China could use rare earths as a weapon. I guess these materials are used in PCs and a lot of electronics. So REMX is the ETF for that. As you can see, look at this big volume that came into REMX today, this ETF for the rare earths, 4.9 million shares. So maybe an ETF that we should watch. I never traded this before, but anyway, it intrigued me that all this volume came in to this ETF. So keep it on watch. If China, maybe they're going to use rare earths. Another name, SESN. We traded this in Zozo StockWatch today. Nice push up, 26 million shares. Maybe needs to digest these gains. I didn't see any offerings out on SESN as of yet, so we'll keep it on watch tomorrow. Maybe we'll get another play in it, maybe a reversal play if they push it down, and then maybe they pop it back up. So we'll be watching it. TNXP, I don't know if this is going to do anything. It's a real beaten down name, but it was popping into the close. It had a little bit of news, so I'll have it on watch. Kind of a back burner. VERI. Flagging here, holding above the 5 EMA, holding above the 10 SMA, been battling to get over that $9 area. The high on this stock was 872 today. Maybe over that 880 spot starts pushing us up here on VERI. Volume over 500,000 shares for that name. VTVT, coiling here, right? All the moving averages are together. It's trying to get above and stay above the 50 SMA. It popped up today. We did actually call this in the room. It gave a small trade. It popped up to this 175 spot, but pulled right back on us, so we had to get back out on VTVT, volume 1.4 million shares. So we'll keep it on watch. It did break above that 50 SMA, so we'll see if it wants to do anything. Lastly, WKHS. We talked about this on the video last night, and as you can see, it pulled back to the 20 SMA, held that $1.25, and then pushed up to about the $1.75 area for WKHS. 6.4 million shares came into this name today. They make electric vehicles. It was a stock pumped by President Trump in one of his tweets a few weeks ago, so maybe this one wants to turn back up. Watch that $1.75, $1.80 area for this name. All right, this is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. I hope this video really helps you out. If you do want to come check out my service, it's $30 for 30 days. You can get a full month of my service for $30. Please hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to my channel. Have a great day trading tomorrow, and we'll be back at it tomorrow with another video for Thursday. Have a great day trading. This is Mike at zozostockwatch.com.